Minister, we have seen the broken Liberal bail system tax police services tremendously because they spend so much time and energy having to, in some cases, uphold unenforceable bail conditions, go after the same small number of people over and over again. And this is part of why so many police services have come out in the last few weeks and said they want nothing to do with your government's gun confiscation scheme. Every single police service of jurisdiction in my riding, the St. Thomas Police Service, the Aylmer Police Service, the London Police Service, the Ontario Provincial Police have said that going after law-abiding gun owners is not a policing priority. Why is it a priority for your government?
Look, just very quickly, I think when we're dealing with a certain class of firearms that were not designed for a civilian application but were designed to kill people, I don't believe that those particular firearms belong on our streets. The first few days have seen now more than 20,000 firearms returned as part of this process, which is having a positive impact. But I do want to turn back to the priority of the day, which is the Bail and Sentencing Reform Act. We've had the opportunity, we've missed the opportunity for months, and I don't want to necessarily get into the argument as to who's responsible because we have different views on that. But we're here today, and we have an opportunity to pose questions about the motivation for the changes to the Bail and Sentencing Reform Act. When my colleague from Public Safety comes before the appropriate committee, I would suggest
I hope you'll tell him to do that soon.
There.
The invitation's been outstanding for many months. But the reason it is important is because police are saying that your government is not aligned with what their core priorities are. So I'll ask it a different way. How many lives do you think will be saved by seizing firearms from lawful, vetted firearms owners in Canada?
I disagree with your characterizations that police are saying that their priorities are not aligned with the government's. Their priorities are embedded in the piece of legislation that is before this committee, which we're not talking about in this exchange right now. Police have asked us to make these particular changes. We're here to advance changes on bail and sentencing.
It is relevant, Minister, because police are saying that the people causing them the greatest grief are people that are out on bail because of your reforms. You have not acknowledged or accepted this committee's invitation to testify on your mandate and priorities in many months, so I have to ask you this now. Will you be accepting the Federal Court of Appeal decision that your government's use of the Emergencies Act was unconstitutional, or will you be appealing it?
As you're well aware, as a legal counsel engaged on the file on behalf of the Government of Canada, when you've got a case that's recently been before the court still during the appeal period where the department is analyzing the content of the Federal Court of Appeal's decision, we're not at liberty to discuss the specifics of the file.
So you're not answering. I yield to Mr. Baber.